Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Video Marketing Made Easy. Today, we're going to be talking about two types of microphones you can use with your smartphone, a lavalier or lav mic and a shotgun mic. We're also going to get really detailed into how to use the lav mic because that's given me a lot of issues in the past and I don't want you to have to suffer through all that. And first, a disclaimer, I don't have a whole lot of experience recording video for business purposes with my phone, and I haven't tested a lot of brands and models, so I can't definitively say this is the best lav mic or the best shotgun mic to use with your phone, but I can show you which ones work for me and how I use them. And before we get into these types of mics, why do you even need a mic at all? The phone has a built-in mic, isn't that good enough, right? Well, the built-in mic does work, but it's very limited. See, the purpose of the built-in mic is to pick up sound from someone talking pretty close to the device itself. So the further away you get, the more background noise that is going to be picked up. Now, we talked about how to get better sound with your phone without a mic in episode 4, how to shoot better video with your phone. And you can find that at videomarketingmadeeasy.net/4. The link is in the episode description. If sound is important to your video, we definitely recommend investing in an external mic. In fact, this is the first thing we recommend purchasing once you decide to put money into your video marketing. See, this seems counterintuitive, but sound quality is super important when it comes to video. You can have mediocre picture quality where the color is weird or the picture is grainy, but people will still watch your video. But if you have sound quality that is bad with lots of static or wind noise, or you can't hear the person talking, nobody's going to watch that. So let's go ahead and get started with two types of mics that I mentioned in the beginning. First, a lavalier or lav mic is good for interviews or if someone is going to be giving a presentation to camera. So situations where you need to be able to hear one person clearly and you have time to mic that person properly. Now, when I say mic, I mean like put them on and have it set right. Now, a shotgun mic is good for you if you need to be mobile during your shoot. You're going to be moving around, capturing a variety of people and different sounds. So situations like, say, a fundraiser or a golf tournament. A shotgun mic, it's not going to pick up a single speaker as clearly as a lavalier mic, but it's going to be much better than the built-in mic because it's directional, meaning that it focuses on the sound in the direction it's pointing. It's not just going to generally pick up all the sounds around you, which is what the built-in microphone would do. Now, there are situations where a shotgun mic is better for picking up someone speaking than a lavalier mic, but for what we're talking about where you're recording with your phone, we're assuming you don't have a crew or a lot of other equipment, so if you need to capture good, clear audio of someone speaking, go with a lav. Now, heads up for the lav. The cables they come with usually aren't long enough for interviews, so we recommend getting an extension cord around 8 feet long or so, just so that your subject can be about 6 feet away from the camera. And don't worry, I'll have a link to an example of an extension cord that you can use in our show notes. So once you get your external mic, plug it into the headphone jack of your phone. Now, if your phone doesn't come with a headphone jack, then you'll need to get an adapter. Definitely do a test recording. So connect the mic, the adapter, and your phone, and make sure that they all work together before you throw any of the packaging away. Now, some phones, they won't automatically use the external mic after it's plugged in. This is really important. You might need to go into your settings to get the phone to use the mic. See, when I first started using an external mic with my phone, I thought the mic was terrible because it didn't make any difference with the sound quality. But the reason why was because the phone was still using the built-in microphone. So when you do your test recording, just go ahead and rub your finger across the mic so you know for sure where the sound is being captured. If the phone is still using the built-in mic, you won't hear anything. But if you're using the external mic, you're going to hear the sound of it rubbing like. And as far as using the lav, if possible, run the wire under the interviewee's clothing instead of just clipping the mic to the outside of their shirt. This is just a better look. So ask them to bring it up under the front of their shirt and clip it to their collar in the center. Now you might see the clip, but try to hide the bulky part of the microphone under the shirt. The way we normally mic our subjects is with tape. Now, a lot of people recommend athletic tape or medical tape, but we found that to be either too sticky, so it leaves residue on the mic and the person, or it just peels off easily if the person starts to sweat. We've been using toupee tape, believe it or not, because it's super strong, but it's also meant to go on skin, so it's nice and gentle. So that's just a little personal hack that I'm passing on to you. Toupee tape. So have the interviewee bring the mic up under the shirt, and when they bring it out the top, place a piece of tape on it. Now, be careful with this. Don't put the tape on the end of the mic because you're going to hear all that tape coming off the mic head during the interview. And if you put the tape too low, it's just going to be on the wire where the microphone head can just move around. So try to put the tape at the base where the wire meets the microphone so it keeps stable, but also doesn't make weird noises. Like if you can you'll actually hear the sound of the tape peeling off of the microphone. If the tape is connected to the head of the mic, you'll hear like the actual glue being pulled off. It's terrible. So that right in between, perfect. Now, once the tape is on, have the person stick it to their chest in the center. Not too low because it won't pick up as well, and not too high because unless they're wearing a turtleneck, you're going to see it and they'll probably you'll hear them swallowing because it's going to be right here in their Adam's apple. So have them put it right around here. This is a good spot here. Now, it's a little more complicated if the person is wearing a dress. What usually works is to tape the mic to the chest first, then run the cable around the neckline and tape it again around the shoulder and then again on the back to hold the cable in place. That way you hide the cord along here. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with the lav mic, if you're placing it under the person's clothing, you definitely want to do a mic test because certain fabrics can be really noisy. So mic the person and record them talking and make sure that they move their hands and nod, all the kind of natural movements that you would if you're talking. Now, if you hear rustling noises in the playback, then it's best to just go ahead and clip the mic to the outside of the shirt. There's a lot of techniques to reduce the noise, and I've tried a ton of them, and most of them aren't very effective. So my suggestion is to not waste your time and just let the mic be visible. I know it's not ideal, but it's so much better having better sound with a little wire going down versus having the wire hidden nicely, but all you hear is all between the things that they say. It can be very distracting and totally not worth it. Now, there are wireless lavs and Bluetooth lavs available, and we actually use wireless lavs for our professional setup, but I haven't tried wireless with a phone. I don't know if it's the same, but if you want to try a wireless lav, just be aware that when you're using wireless, the risk of sound wave interference is really high. The mic could pick up interference from other phones, and the distance between the receiver and the mic can make the sound cut in and out. And when you go wireless, that brings in a lot of variables that could potentially affect your footage. And the scary part is with a phone, since the mic is connected through the headphone jack, you can't monitor the audio with headphones while you're recording, so you won't know about any issues until after the recording is done. Now, that's everything we could think of for using an external lav mic or shotgun mic with your phone. Let us know if you have any questions, and the links to the mics that I use are in the show notes as well, so if you want to check that out. Just know that I'm on Android, so that leaves me to be judged harshly by the Apple users, but also just make sure that whatever mic you get works with your particular phone. Okay, so the one I'm suggesting is the ones that I've used for my phone. I'm not quite sure if it'll work with other types of phones. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into our Q&A in our Facebook group now. And if you're not in the Facebook group, come on over. It's a great old time. Everyone's super cool, and I know you'll have a great time there. The link is in the description. I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for watching. Now check out this episode if you're wondering how to get started with video marketing, and be sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss the next episode of Video Marketing Made Easy.